Hello, this is Ashley Spence, and I am here to answer our discussion questions of what did we notice about the skills of counseling in the videos we've watched, and are the sessions I watched, are they similar to what I would imagine a counseling session to be, why or why not? So in the first video, I noticed that the therapist focuses on listening to the client and letting her explain how she feels about her relationship. The therapist input is actually very minimal in order to just give the client a chance to let out all of her emotions. He summarizes what she has said in order to understand the situation in full. He asks questions and gives input on her feeling angry, so she's able to recognize that she does have feelings of anger and guilt towards her significant other. In the invitational skills video, the therapist also asks questions to influence the client to explain more about the car accident he was in that causes him to feel anxious all of the time. She asks him specifically to go over the event of the accident and how this makes him feel. She confirms with him her assumption that he was not feeling like this prior to the accident. I did notice that in this video, the therapist is slightly more involved than the previous video. She was asking more questions to receive specific answers about this very specific event in the client's life. In the Reflecting Feelings video, the therapist asks questions to the client to have her reflect on her family troubles. Throughout the session, the therapist is stating that he notices that he believes her to have feelings of frustration and anger towards herself and towards her family because of the situation she's in. The therapist then summarizes her feelings and asks her if his assumptions are correct. In the last video, we're discussing reflecting meaning, and basically what this is talking about is that the therapist must set the stage by using all of these skills that we've watched, which is invitational skills, paraphrasing, and reflecting of feelings before he or she can come to a true conclusion of what those feelings mean. The meaning is most important because that is how the therapist will find out what the feelings mean and what should be done with those feelings and how to improve. I do notice that in each session, the therapist is summarizing what the client has said in order to gain a complete understanding, and they ask permission to summarize and make sure that their assumptions are correct. I noticed that in all of the videos, which I like that a lot. During the sessions, however, I do not see the therapist is actually providing a solution to the issue, but we're also watching just segments, so they're not going over a whole treatment plan. I would say that yes, what I watched is very similar to what I would imagine a session to look like. Also, I've been to therapy myself, so I am very familiar with the setting itself. I can recognize these skills, and I am seeing them in action on the receiving end.